Hello everyone, myself Nitin from the GATE Academy. Now we will be having a small session on the post-GATE guidance for civil engineering. So nowadays, many of you may have a main concern that what to do next, what to do after GATE exam, whether to go for some higher studies or whether to go for some research activities, whether to go for PSU jobs and all. Correct? So I hope after today's discussion, you will be getting a clear picture regarding what to do next after the GATE exam. I hope you will be getting an idea and you will be getting an idea regarding your career plan according to your GATE score. So before getting into the discussion, I would like to congratulate all the students who have qualified GATE 2019 exam. I hope already you have checked your score and all, so that after this discussion you will be getting an idea where you will be getting the admission or which career option you have to select according to your GATE score. Okay, so once again I would like to congratulate all the students who have qualified in GATE 2019. Now we will be seeing what all opportunities you are having in front of you through your GATE score. Okay. So here are the career options you are having through GATE score. Either you can go for higher studies like M.Tech, MS and all, or you still have the option to go for some research activities instead of going for higher studies. And one of the important thing, if you are having a good decent GATE score, you can go for jobs through PSU recruitments. We'll see each and everyone in detail. So first we will look into the higher studies options. See, you can see the list of options. You can either go for ME course or you can go for M.Tech, or there is chance for MS, Masters in Science, and there is an important thing, you can go for integrated M.Tech plus PhD works. Okay, and one of the important thing, interdisciplinary courses are available. We will discuss one by one, and management courses are also available. Many of you may have not aware of these things, like management courses also available through GATE. If you are having some good GATE score, there are some institutes which offer you very good courses in management field through your GATE score. Okay, we will see one by one. See, this Masters in Engineering, ME and M.Tech are more or less the same. There is no much difference between these two. Some institutes offer their Masters as ME. Some other institutes offer their Masters in M.Tech. Okay, so there is no much difference between ME and M.Tech. But there are some difference between M.Tech and MS. We will see that in the next slide. Okay. Then comes the interdisciplinary courses. That is, see, we are having so many disciplines under civil engineering that although you have done your B.Tech in civil engineering and you feel that your real interest lies in some other field like computer programming, and someone will be very interested in aerospace field, so still you are having an option to deviate from civil engineering and do masters in other areas such as computer programming and all. We'll see that the list of interdisciplinary courses where you can join even though you have done your B.Tech in civil engineering. Next, one of the important thing, we are having integrated masters plus PhD. See, if you are having a plan of doing PhD after your masters, definitely you may require minimum 5 to 6 years. Correct? 2 years you have to do your M.Tech and 4 years you have to do your PhD. So some students may take 3 years, depends on your performance. Some students may got an extension after 4 years also. So you can complete within 5 years only your PhD. So on an average, you need 4 years to complete your PhD. So that if you want to complete your PhD as well, you need 6 years, 2 years for M.Tech and 4 years for PhD. If you are having a thorough idea, like if you are thinking to do PhD after your M.Tech, this will be one of the best options. That is integrated masters plus PhD. So that within 4.5 to 5 years, you can complete both your M.Tech and PhD. So that you will be getting a dual degree within this 5 years. And another important thing you have to note is the competition for this integrated masters plus PhD will be less compared to M.Tech. Okay, so if you want to do your PhD and M.Tech in some IITs, the competition will be lesser compared to M.Tech. So that within 5 years you can complete both your M.Tech as well as masters. So you have to check which all IITs or which all institutes are providing these integrated courses. Not all the institutes are having this opportunity. So if you are really interested to do PhD after your M.Tech works, have a look into that. Okay. Then comes the management courses. As I have already told you, so you may be thinking that we are only having the option to go for MS or M.Tech and all, or direct PhD and all through GATE score. But it is not the case. There are some institutes which offer you seats in management courses through your GATE score. So we will see which are those institutes and all. One of the important example is NIT Mumbai. They are offering PGDIE course, postgraduate diploma in industrial engineering in NIT Mumbai. One of the best institutes in India and one of the best course you can join. Provided you should have a decent GATE score, and they are giving very good package as well. So we will see that once again. Now we will see what is the difference between M.Tech and MS. So just look into this slide. So you can see M.Tech is a 2-year program, whereas MS is a 3 years program. And one main difference is M.Tech is a course-oriented program. That is, in the first 2 semesters, you have to sit in the class, you have to write the exams and all in the first year. In the second year, that is the 3rd and 4th semester, you will be having your project work exclusively. There will be no class, there will be no exams. Exclusively, you have to do your project works. You can select your own topics or you will be assigned some topics. So on that, you have to do your project works. Some students used to submit their thesis works and all. If you are going for PhD, it will be very helpful for you if you are submitting your thesis work and all. So, and it is not mandatory as well. So in this second year, you will be doing your project work. Whereas in MS, only in the first semester, you will be attending the classes, writing exams and all. And from the second semester onwards, you will be into your project works. That's why I told MS is a project-oriented program. That is a research-oriented program. Whereas in M.Tech, in the first year, we are we have to completely sit in classes and attend the exams and all. Okay. So that's why if you are interested in research field, you can go for MS as well. Actually, in India, M.Tech is getting more value. Whereas if you are planning to do your PhD in abroad, MS is actually getting a little bit more value than M.Tech. But in India, we can see that M.Tech is getting more value. But it more or less the same degree, M.Tech as well as MS. Okay. Now we will see what are the different disciplines available under civil engineering. So you may be already aware of these disciplines. Just go to this list. So the preference will depends from person to person. If you are really interested in some field, suppose you are really interested in geotechnical areas or transportation engineering, then your first preference will be that discipline. Okay. But if you are looking at the placement options and all, I can say mainly 5 disciplines are having more placements. The best option will be always structural engineering. In all the institutes, most of the pure students in structural engineering will be getting placements. Compared to other disciplines, structural engineering holds highest placement chances. But if you are really interested in structures, then only you have to go for structural engineering. Just by look into the placements, don't take any particular discipline. The first criteria should be your interest. Only the second criteria should be the placement options. Okay, so these are the different placement, these are the different disciplines available under civil engineering: structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering, transportation engineering, earthquake engineering, hydraulics, water resource engineering, building technology and construction management, marine structures, and remote sensing and GIS. So if you ask me, I will suggest the 5 disciplines in the first top of the table: structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering, transportation engineering, and the building technology and construction management. These 5 disciplines hold more or less the same weightage, but still structures is having somewhat more placement chances. But this remote sensing, marine structures and all, comparatively it is having less placement options, so that the competition also will be less. Okay, now according to your interest, just make the preferences, and the next criteria should be the placement options. Okay, and note one more thing: all the institutes will not be having all these disciplines. Okay, some institutes will be having only 4 or 5 disciplines, whereas some other institutes will be having almost 7 or 8 disciplines. Okay, so if you want to take some example, so you take NIT Trichy. NIT Trichy is the best institute among the list of NITs. Okay, it is the number 1 NIT in the list of NITs. But in NIT Trichy, you are having only 3 options. Structural engineering is there, environmental engineering is there, and transportation engineering. So if you want to do your masters in geotechnical engineering and you also want to do that in NIT Trichy, you don't have any option. That's what I told. All the institutes will not be having all these disciplines. Whereas this NIT Surathkal, except this earthquake engineering, NIT Surathkal offers M.Tech in all other disciplines. Okay, so whenever you are selecting one discipline according to your interest, you have to check in which all institutes it is available. Okay, so these are the various disciplines. Now we will see which institutes are best and which institutes you should keep your interest. Okay, so the preference you can make according to you. Maybe some will be interested to study in your native states only, so that you can go like that. But we will see according to the demand of students and as well as the ranking of institutes, we'll be see what are the different institutes where you can do your masters. Okay, so according to the quality of institutes and the general ranking, I have classified these institutes into some groups. Okay, in the first group, group A, I have included some old IITs, that is the best institutes, old IITs as well as IISc Bangalore. You know, IISc Bangalore is the topmost institute in India where you can do your masters. And the other IITs, like old IITs, are best IITs, provided you should have a gate score more than 700. See, this 700 is for general category, as well as it will vary from discipline to discipline. If you want to take admission in structures, transportation, building technology, geotech, and environmental engineering, your score should be somewhat high. Whereas for some other disciplines such as remote sensing, a little bit less score will be enough. Also, it highly varies from your category. This is for general category. If you belongs to OBC, you need a little bit less gate score. And if you belongs to SC, ST, you will be getting some great advantage in terms of gate score. So if you just look at the table, you can see IISc Bangalore holds the first position. IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Kanpur, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Roorkee and IIT Guwahati. So these are the top IITs, which are the old IITs. So if you are getting an admission here in these institutes, no one can stop you. Definitely you will be getting a placement. In case, unfortunately, if you are not getting a placement in the campus, definitely 100% you will be getting a placement in some off-campus recruitments. Okay, so first you put your preference in these institutes, which are the top IITs and IISc Bangalore, provided you should have a decent gate score. But if you are having a gate score in between 600 and 700 only, don't think that I will not be getting my admission in IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur and all. Just apply to all the institutes. See, anything can happen. The seats or the allotment in IITs highly depends on the vacancies in PSUs. We'll see what are the different PSU options you are having. So depends on the vacancies in PSUs, the admission or the last gate score or the cutoff in IITs, these top IITs will highly vary. Okay, see, so you apply to all the top IITs. Okay, apply to all the IITs. Once again, I'm repeating, apply to all IITs, so that even though your gate score is somewhat less than 700, there is a chance for you to get admission in these IITs. Okay, now we will see what are the next categories of institutes. So in group B, I've put some top NITs, which are the old NITs, which were known to be regional engineering colleges before, and these top NITs are equivalent to the new IITs. Okay, or we can say that these top NITs are more or less in high level than the new IITs. So you can go to the list: IIT Hyderabad, NIT Warangal, NIT Trichy, NIT Surathkal, NIT Calicut, NIT Allahabad, NIT Roorkela, IIT PSU, IIT Bhubaneswar, and so on. So you can go to the list. As I have mentioned the new IITs and these old NITs are more or less equivalent. Okay, so whenever you are giving your options, please prefer these top NITs as well along with the new IITs. They are having very decent placement options. This NIT Warangal, NIT Surathkal, NIT Trichy, they are having very decent placement happening there. So these are more or less in the upper level compared to new IITs. Okay, provided you should have a gate score more than 600. Okay, once again, this is for general category, and if you belongs to some the other categories like OBC or SC or ST, you will be getting some considerations. Okay, less score will be enough. So if you are looking at the next category of institutes, I have put those institutes as group C. You can see we are having so many IITs, triple ITs. Okay, triple IT Bangalore, triple IT Hyderabad, triple IT Allahabad, and some other triple ITs as well. And some new super universities are there. Okay, that also you have to look into it. And some other NITs as well, like NIT Bhopal, NIT Jaipur, NIT Kurukshetra, NIT Jalandhar, etc. So those NITs and these IITs, triple ITs, are more or less in the same level. And there are some universities which are good universities, such as JNU Delhi, DU South Campus. BITS Pilani is one of the very good institutes in India which offers masters. So if your gate score is not up to the level of getting admission in top NITs and IITs, you can go for these institutes. Okay, if your gate score is nearly 500. Okay, now we will see what are the other institutes where you can apply if your score is still less than 500. So I've grouped these institutes as group D, or the other good colleges. You can see NIT Surat is there, NIT Durgapur, NIT Patna, NIT Nagpur, NIT Jamshedpur, and other NITs, as well as there's Visvesvaraya NIT. In VNIT, Visvesvaraya NIT, there are two courses for structures: structural engineering as well as structural dynamics. These two courses have more or less the same, only some exceptional topics you have to study in structural engineering. Structural dynamics will mainly concern with dynamic loads such as earthquake, wind loads and all, whereas structural engineering is same. It covers this dynamics loads as well as the static loads. You may have already studied these things in structural subject in your B.Tech. Okay. So in VNIT, both these courses, structural engineering and structural dynamics, are having more or less same placement options, and good placement is happening in VNIT for structures, mainly for structures. And the only difference is some companies will prefer structural engineering students over structural dynamic students, like L&T and all. They prefer structural engineering students over structural dynamic students. And we are having some other universities as well. Say like this, Anna University is one of the very good institutes, very good universities in India. And Jamia Millia University is there. VJIT Mumbai is there. Okay, JNTU Hyderabad is there. Manipal Institute is there. Usmania University is there. Aligarh Muslim University is there. So you can go for these universities or the other NITs. Definitely NITs will be having more value compared to these universities. But in BITS Pilani and all, the placement is also good. Okay. So if your score is somewhat 350, you can go for these universities or the other NITs. Okay. Now we will look into this interdisciplinary courses. As I have already mentioned earlier, if you have already, although you have completed your B.Tech in civil engineering, still you are having a chance to go for some other field. So if you feel that your real interest lies in some other fields such as aerospace, or some students will be so good in programming, computer programming, so you may be thinking that I should have go to this computer field instead of civil engineering. So if someone feels like that, you will still have an option to do your masters in some other disciplines. That's what these interdisciplinary courses. You can just have a look into this list of interdisciplinary courses: aerospace structures, energy science and engineering, environmental science and engineering, geoinformatics, industrial engineering, corrosion science, systems and control engineering, technology and development. So if you are really interested in these interdisciplinary courses, just have a look into that. More courses are available. I have just shown you some of the examples. Computer field also you can go. There are some institutes which offer masters in computer field, computer science, although you have done your B.Tech in in civil engineering. Okay. So if you are really interested to do your masters in such courses, please have a look into that. Just note, most of the students may not be aware of these interdisciplinary courses. So those who don't know and those who are really interested to do your masters in some other areas, just have a look into that. And one more thing, not all the institutes offer these interdisciplinary courses. So if you're really interested, have a search on that. Okay. Now, as I've mentioned, you may be thinking that if you have a qualified GATE exam, you're only having the option for going for M.Tech or MS or PhD and all. Actually, it's not. Some institutes offers you management seats as well. The seats in management courses as well. One of the best example is NIT Mumbai. the postgraduate diploma in industrial engineering, one of the best course available for you, and that is in NIT Mumbai. It is having very good placement options, and it is having an average package of 13 to 15 lakhs per annum, which is almost equivalent to the top IITs, and I can say that somewhat it is more good than better than the IIT placements and all. And in NIT Mumbai, if you want to take admission for this PGDI program, apart from your GATE score, you have to attend some personal interview, and there will be some group discussions as well. And if you can shine in group discussion and personal interviews, definitely you will be getting an admission there, provided you should have a good GATE score. Okay, if you are having a GATE score more than 600, you can try for these courses if you are really interested in management courses. Okay, and some IIMs offer fellowship programs in management through your GATE scorecard. Mainly these IIMs recruit through CAT, correct? But still they are recruiting through GATE score as well as fellowship programs. Okay, so if you are really interested in management courses, you can go, you can have a look into those courses as well, provided you should have a good GATE score. Okay. So far we have seen what are the different institutes in India where you can do your masters. Okay. Still, some students may be interested to do their masters in foreign countries. Correct? Many of the students, it will be a dream for many of the students to do your masters in foreign countries. Okay. So 2 countries are there where they will accept our GATE score for admission process. That is Singapore and Germany. In Singapore, 2 universities are there, NUS and NTU, Nanyang Technological University and National University in Singapore. Okay, so these 2 universities are very good universities. I can say the top universities in Asia, better than our IITs. Okay, but to get an admission in those universities, you should have a GATE score more than 90 percentile. That is one condition. But if you're having a good GATE score, try for that. It is far better than our institutes. Where this Nanyang Technological University, I can say this is the #1 university in Asia. Okay, but to get admission there, you should have a decent, a very good GATE score. And universities in Germany, like Technical University of Germany and Aachen University in Germany, those universities also will accept our GATE score as their admission criteria. Okay, so if you are really interested to do your masters in foreign countries, have a look into that. Okay. So far we have seen what are the different options for your higher studies. Some students may not be interested in higher studies, but they will be really interested in research activities. In M.Tech also you are doing some research, that is in the second year, your project work, and you can go for research. As in PhD you are completely doing your project work, that is research. But instead of doing M.Tech also, you can directly go for research area if you are really interested. Okay, we will see in which all organizations you can do your research directly through your GATE score. So have a look into this slide. CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. The CSIR is one of the best institutes in India where you can do your research. And they offer the Junior Research Fellowship where you can get 25,000 rupees per month as stipend. Okay, so if you are really interested in research activities, have a look into the CSIR and try to get admission there, provided you should have a good GATE score. And another best option is taking the admission in Baba Atomic Research Center, where they offer training in nuclear engineering and technology, where you will get a monthly stipend of 35,000 rupees. If you are doing masters in wherever IITs or NITs, you will be getting a monthly stipend of 12,400 rupees. Whereas in this BARC and all, if you're getting the admission into this research field, you will be getting 35,000 rupees per month. Okay, but still you should have a very decent GATE score. Okay, and some other organizations like DRDO, ISRO also offers research programs. So if you are really interested in research activities, instead of going for higher studies, you can try in these organizations if you are having a good GATE score. Okay, and the next career option, the dream of every engineer, PSUs, the public sector undertakings. So you know that if you're having a very decent GATE score, directly you will be getting some jobs and you will be getting a very decent package as well. Depends from PSU to PSU, but still on an average you will be getting a package of 10 lakhs per annum. Okay, so it depends on PSU to PSU. So every year so many PSUs are recruiting through GATE. Year by year the number of PSUs who take through GATE exam is increasing. So if you are having a good GATE score, just have a look into these PSUs. I will show you some list of PSUs who will recruit through GATE exams. So before going to the list of PSUs, just have a look into this selection process in PSUs. Definitely it will vary from PSU to PSU. Some PSU will demand a very good GATE score, whereas some other PSUs you will get some relaxation in terms of score. Okay, and in some PSUs they will conduct their own written test, interview and all. Most of the PSUs will conduct, but this interview and test procedure will be vary from PSU to PSU. Okay, some PSU will conduct online test as well, and you will be having a group discussion and personal interview. So wherever you are getting some group discussion and personal interview, this is a good chance for those students who can shine in group discussion and personal interview. Why? Because in these PSUs 70 to 80% weightage will be for your GATE score, and the remaining 20 to 30% weightage will be for this group discussion and personal interview. So in personal interview they'll be focusing on technical aspects definitely, and regarding that corresponding PSU, one of the main important thing, they will also focus on your academic project works. Okay, so don't take lightly your academic B.Tech project works. They will ask questions based on that as well. So if you can shine, if you can perform good in this personal interview and group discussions, there is a chance for you to overtake those students who have scored more than you in GATE exam. Okay, because 20 to 30% weightage they are giving for this group discussion and personal interview. Okay, now we will look into the list of PSUs recruited through GATE exams for civil engineering students. So I've just included some PSUs like ONGC, IOCL, HPCL, PGCIL, which is the power grid, NTPC, BARC. So I've just shown the GATE 2017 cutoff for listing the candidates. As I've mentioned, no need to exactly check the figure. This cutoff will change year by year from PSU to PSU and based on the number of vacancies. Sometimes some PSU will not be having much vacancies, so that they will put a higher cutoff. Okay, in some year, if some PSU are recruiting more students compared to the previous year, then the cutoff will be somewhat less. Maybe it depends from PSU to PSU and year by year. Just have a look into that and have an idea that if you want to join to PSU, you should have a very good GATE score, and but it doesn't mean that you will not get admission in PSU if your score is that much good. Still, you may be getting a call if you are having a decent GATE score, provided you should perform good in this group discussion and interview. Okay, and if you're performing good, there is a chance for you to overtake those students who have scored more marks than you. Okay, and there are some other PSUs as well, like BSNL, NPCIL, Delhi Development Authority, and if you ask me, the Airport Authority of India also recruiting. So if you are having a good GATE score, just have a look into these PSUs. Okay. And as I have mentioned before when we were discussing about interdisciplinary courses, you are having a chance of doing M.Tech in computer science, although you have done your B.Tech in civil engineering. So admission, they are taking admission in Indian Statistical Institutes in computer science for doing your masters, even though you are having the GATE score in civil engineering paper. Okay, so have a look into that if you are interested to do your master's degree in computer science. Now, so you may have got an idea regarding which institute you will be getting the admission corresponds to your GATE score. Okay, still many of the students, I know definitely many of the students will be feeling that you couldn't score as much as you expected, correct? Your expectation level may be somewhat like 60 marks or 70 marks, but you got somewhat 50. Or some students may have expected a marks of like 50, but you have got only 30. Sometimes it happens. Doesn't mean that you are not in that level. Many of the time, what happens is we lose marks because of silly mistakes, because of calculation mistakes, correct? This time, lot of numerical answer type questions were there. So generally what happens, so for some example, the answer may be 50. You got an answer as 5 just because of your calculation mistake, correct? But you lose your 2 marks. Okay, that 2 marks definitely will decrease your score like anything, decrease your rank like anything. So this time, since numerical answer type questions was so much, there is a chance for getting low score as well because of your silly mistakes, correct? So even though you got less marks, say in the range of 30 to 40, doesn't mean that you are not a brilliant student. You have already cracked the GATE exam, which means you have already achieved something. So trust me students, GATE is not everyone's cup of tea. You have already qualified GATE exam, which means you have already achieved something. See, nearly 2 lakh students used to write GATE exam. Only a fraction of them are used to crack the GATE exam. If you are one among them, which means you have already achieved something. You have already built the foundation. So on this foundation, you can build your future, definitely. If you have qualified GATE 2019, which means you have already achieved something. May not be up to your expectation level, but that's a different case. Qualifying GATE exam itself is a big achievement. Now you're having a good foundation of knowledge. Now you have having a very strong foundation of knowledge. On this knowledge, you can build your future. If you don't want to go for M.Tech and all, there are some organizations which conduct their own exams and recruit for technical post. So have a look into this slide where you can get very good jobs in technical post like ISRO, RRB exam is on the way. You can expect the first CBT in the coming next 2 months. Okay, every year the State Public Service Commission release the notification for technical post, correct? In every states, in every year. For technical post, they used to release, correct? And you can also get admission job in sewage and water supply boards and Staff Selection Commission, SSC. SSC JE notification already came. CGL, you may have already applied. So this for JE and all, the highest weightage is for technical paper only. Only thing, you have to study a little bit more, like GK and all. Okay, the general awareness, you may have already done so many problems. Technical, you may have done so many problems so far. correct? So most of the syllabus you have already completed. Now only little bit is remaining. So don't stop your preparation, just continue your preparation on the other topics of the syllabus and try to get a good score in this exam. See, this ISRO exam is and all, the exam is comparatively easy compared to GATE exam, but the group personal interview and all will be tough. But once you are clearing the exam, you can prepare well for the interview, correct? See, one of the main thing you have to note here, those students who have got very good score, that is who are in front of you now so far, they will go to PSUs or they will get take their admission in IITs or NITs. Okay, some students will go to foreign universities. So those who are in front of you, they will be out of the competition. Now you only will be in the race. Those students who got comparatively less score. Okay, so if you really try hard for these RRB exams and all, definitely you can crack. You know, there are a lot of vacancies available. Try hard for other exams. If you feel that you will not get admission in top IITs and all, don't get disappointed. This is the best opportunity for you. This time RRB is having a lot of vacancies. Other exams also you have to try. This SSC JEE exam is on the way. Okay, and GATE Academy is also offering a very good score in JEE. We are having good panel of teachers for taking RRB JEE exam. Okay, so make use of that. So don't get disappointed. Continue your preparation and have a look into these exams. Okay, so I hope you got an overall picture regarding the various career options. So you can go for higher studies, research activities, and if you are having a good score, the best option will be PSUs. If you're desperately looking for a job because of your family economic background and whatever based on your interest, if you're desperately looking for a job, PSU will be the best options. Yes, after M.Tech also you'll be getting very good package, definitely. Okay, so some students, I know you will be feeling that you couldn't score as much as you have expected. Those students can try really hard for these exams. Okay, so don't think that your preparation gone waste. As I have told you, now you are having a good foundation. Build your career on this foundation. Okay, so I hope this session was helpful for you. So if you feel any doubt or if you feel any problem in your way, please feel free to ask us. So from my side and from my institute side, any help you will get at any time. So feel free to ask us. We'll be very happy if you're asking us your queries and all. We'll be very happy if we can help you in your way. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. Once again, I would like to congratulate all those students who have qualified GATE 2019 and all the best for your bright future. Thank you.